"You're in the wrong room, sweetie." My brother's voice sliced through the briefing hall, smug and loud. "Real pilots only, not girls looking for a husband." The room erupted in laughter. Cheap, predictable, rehearsed. I stayed still. Let the noise wash over me. Let them burn off their ignorance before I lit my match. Then the general walked in. Silence folded the room in half. He ignored my brother entirely. "Codename Falcon 1, he announced. "The floor is yours." And just like that, every pair of eyes swung to me. They didn't know it was already too late for him. My brother, my betrayer, the man who once claimed to lift me up, then buried me the second my wings outgrew his. That briefing wasn't the betrayal. It was the payoff. The betrayal happened 2 months earlier, in a garage that smelled like gasoline and old promises. My brother stood over my flight manuals, the ones I'd spent years annotating, memorizing, turning into second skin. They were drenched, gasoline pooling at his feet. He didn't even flinch as he flicked the lighter. The manuals went up in a quiet, hungry flame. "Dad was right," he said. "You're playing pretend." I didn't scream, didn't cry, didn't even step forward. I just watched the fire swallow the pages, the ink, the years, and I let him believe he'd won something. He wasn't always like this. When Mom left, he was the only one who sat with me by the window at night, pointing out the blinking lights of distant aircraft. "Someday you'll be up there," he'd whisper. "You're the brave one." I believed him. I carried those words like armor. But when he started flight school and I followed a year later, everything shifted. His voice hardened. His jokes got sharper. And when people praised me more, well, some men break quietly. He broke violently instead. And the saddest part? He wanted me to stay small so he wouldn't have to see himself clearly. The manuals weren't the first sign. The first sign was when my simulator scores mysteriously dropped in the system. The second was my registration accidentally switched to a lower-tier group. The third was his phone, left unlocked in the hangar office. A message he'd sent to his friend: "Don't worry, she won't pass the qualification test." I fixed it. My stomach didn't drop. My pulse didn't spike. I just shifted. Something inside me clicked into place. Not anger, not heartbreak, strategy. I didn't report him. I didn't confront him. I didn't even tell him I knew. I simply gathered information. Dates, times, system logs, security footage. Every petty sabotage, every whispered lie, every tampered file. He wanted war. Fine. But war requires patience. The night before the final evaluation, he bragged to his friends that I'd choke. That the instructors already saw me as emotional dead weight. I hid behind the storage lockers, listening, unmoving. When he left, I followed. Not to hurt him. Not yet. Just to watch how predictable he'd become. He didn't notice the camera I planted under his dashboard. He didn't notice I'd already mirrored his cloud storage. He didn't notice me documenting every step he took. He'd trained me well, just not in the way he intended. Step 1. I submitted an anonymous report packet to the general's office. Not accusing, just presenting. Clean. Unemotional. Irrefutable. Step 2. I took the evaluation anyway, despite the sabotages. And I aced it. Quietly. Effortlessly. Because I'd rebuilt everything he destroyed. Twice as sharp, twice as fast. Step 3. I waited. The general called me in a week later. "Falcon 1, he said. "It's yours. And your brother will be reassigned pending review." I said nothing. Silence is its own language. Step 4 was today. The briefing. The room. His laughter. And the trap closing around him. My boots echoed as I walked to the front. My brother shifted in his seat, confusion wrinkling his forehead. I didn't look at him. Not yet. "Before we begin," the general said, "there's a personnel matter." He tapped the tablet. A file projected behind him. My brother's face. His messages. His tampered logs. His late-night bragging recorded by my hidden mic. The room went dead still. I finally turned toward him. "My manuals burned easy," I said calmly. "But you should have checked the garage fire alarm reports. The cameras caught everything." His mouth opened. Closed. Opened again. A goldfish drowning in air. The general cleared his throat. You're grounded until further notice. Effective immediately. The men who laughed earlier stared at him now. Not with humor, but with disgust. He stood. Almost stumbled. You planned this, he whispered.
I responded. I corrected.
Our eyes held for one long, quiet moment. He saw it then, the truth he refused to accept. I wasn't in the wrong room. He was in the wrong story. When the briefing resumed, I stepped forward, pulse steady, voice even. Gentlemen, I said, let's begin. I felt no guilt, no regret, just clarity. He tried to cut my wings. I built sharper ones. He wanted me to fall. I learned to fly through fire. And as I stood there, Falcon 1, the room silent, the skies open, I finally understood. Some betrayals don't break you. They build the runway. And today, I took off.